Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of lines and angles. This is standard 8.8D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 13 of the 2018 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got this diagram here, and we've got some lines that appear to be parallel, but we have to pay close attention to what the problem actually claims. And so when you get into geometry in high school, you are going to find this very important. Even though it looks like K and L are parallel in each of these four diagrams here, one thing that you need to know is that it has to actually state that in the problem. So it says line K is parallel to line L. So we can, in fact, claim these as parallel, but only because the problem states it, not because it simply looks like it. That's not good enough. And line T intersects line K now, which obviously looks like it's happening, but we have to actually wait for the problem to state it. All right, so it looks like we've got a similar setup. It's just hitting different angles here. And so this line T is what we call a transversal. So it's a specific line that intersects two other lines in the same plane. So really this line T is just intersecting line K now. Nothing fancy is happening, but when we call that intersecting line is called the transversal when it hits two lines. The two other lines don't have to be parallel. They simply are in this problem. But when you have a transversal with two parallel lines, all kinds of interesting things happen. You notice we've got 8 different angles that are formed by this transversal and the parallel lines, and you have 4 on that top line, 4 on that bottom line. And so without giving you any further instruction, they're trying to help you figure out what is the value of x. So that is our missing number right there. And so when we are looking at the value of x, what we basically can do is we can look at what are some of the examples that we see from the other three. So I'm just going to label this number 1, number 2, and number 3. Simply because we're looking for the value of x, and that's number 4. So take a look at this. We've got these two angles right there. They're the exact same. But where do the angles sit? That's going to be very important. Well, one thing that we need to note that these two angles are sitting on opposite sides of the transversal. So we're going to call them alternate. That means they're alternating sides. They're not on the same sides. If they're on the same sides, we're going to call them corresponding. But they're on alternate sides of the transversal, and they're on the outside of each parallel line. You notice that right there. Okay? So we're going to call those exterior. If they were on the inside, right, if they were like right here, right, and then right here, we would call those alternate interior. So these two are alternate exterior. And did you notice they're equal? Alternate exterior angles, at least it looks like on that set 1 that we looked at, are congruent. All right, well, if that's the case, then that's going to be super easy. Let's see if that pattern holds. I've got 127, 127. Those are congruent. They are on alternate sides of the transversal, and they are on the exterior. All right? They don't give me the number, but these are right angles, so these are 90. They are on alternate sides of the transversal. They are on the exterior side of both parallel lines, and they are congruent, which means, there we go, 79 and x are on alternate sides of the transversal. They are on the exterior side, and they are equal, so the answer is A.